Hello Instagram, hello my beautiful friends, hello everybody who is there on the other side of the screen on this beautiful Sunday. This is Satya Magdalena here, coming live from Bali, and I am here for the weekly tarot live. And as for the last 2 weeks already, I'm coming live on Sunday. Somehow it feels a good day because it is at the same time kind of summarizing the week that we are in, and it is also starting a new week. And as I always say, I think in each and every live video or talk that I give about tarot, I always say that I call tarot the mandala of life, the mandala of the human soul. And if we look at tarot as a system, as a mandala of life, as the mandala of the soul, then we look at life in more deep and more high and more fine layers, the invisible layers, the metaphysical. And if you look at life from that point of view, where we see more than that what is only visible with the eyes or sensible through the 5 senses that we have, or graspable by the logical mind, if you look more deeply, if you look into the metaphysical, if you look into the truth that is not based on the knowledge or logic, but on the experience, on the lived experience, then we find something that every spiritual teacher, every enlightened master, every prophet, however you want to call those people who teach us about our inner world and the spiritual side of the world and functioning of the human soul and human being, then all of those masters speak about the present moment. They speak about the timelessness of time, the eternity that we can catch in the now and here. And that brings me to the point of why I like to use Sundays for those past weeks for the weekly tarot reading, because Sunday in a way symbolizes from the weekdays, it symbolizes this eternity, because in some calendars it's the end of the week, and in some calendars it's the beginning of the week. And what it means and what it symbolizes for me in relation to seeing the tarot as the mandala of the soul, as a tool, a means, a system that allows us to know what is beyond the visible, to know the truth that is in the eternal moment, is the fact that there is really no end and no beginning. There is no such thing. It is the here and now. It is always the beginning and it is always the end. We are always here and we are always going somewhere, right? So it's always the end and it's always the beginning. So that's why I think Sunday is a beautiful day to give a weekly tarot reading and for you to look into your soul if you fancy and if you choose so. Hi Anna, I'm glad to see you here. And I'm starting for the tarot reading of this week. I have 3 decks in front of me, and if you have been constantly watching my tarot lives, either on YouTube or here on Instagram, then you might even remember the decks. They might be familiar to you, and if you have been regularly watching my tarot lives, then you notice that one particular deck that is normally in front of me is not here today. So yeah. Oh. So yeah, I have a bit of different selection of decks today, and one of them I haven't actually used for a long time, but today it wanted to be here. It's the deck that that for me specifically helps to connect to a certain aspect of life and our psyche. But I'm not going to tell you which one at the moment, because I just realized that I want you to choose one of the decks, so I don't want to make you biased to give your mind too much information, because I want you to choose the deck based on your intuition. And all of them are beautiful decks, and all of them have their specialties, their special energy, and all of them are special, let's say so. So yeah, here they are, just to touch all three of them, to show all three of them. And if you are watching me the first time, whether live, whether in replay later, then this is how it goes. You choose one of those decks. So this will be the deck number 1 today. The golden one is number 1. This one is number 2. And this one is number 3. So you choose from 1 to 3. Not too much thinking, just whatever called you spontaneously, and you receive your message. Now, quite a few times people have said that, yeah, I received my message and it was so accurate, but also the other messages actually spoke to me. Oh, 3 for you, amazing, Anna. So number 3 for you, and others who will be watching later or joining later, you choose yours. But yeah, so you know that it's perfectly normal when you actually hear something that talks to you also from the other decks that you didn't choose today. Yeah, so let us begin. So today I invite you to tune in to your body, to your root chakra and your sexual chakra and your heart. Feel them together. Breathe through your roots and your sex into your heart, and breathe out through your heart. And when you breathe out through your heart, allow this energy to wrap itself around you like a powerful network of your breath, of your life force, because from your roots and your sex, you take your life force, the source that is never ending. So breathe that in, and in your heart, allow it to expand in love. And breathing out, allow it to wrap itself around you, hold you, guide you. Connect to your love, connect to your body. All right, let us start from deck number 1. What is it that my body and my heart want to tell me? What if I get out of my head and I don't think about it, and I tune into my body and into my heart? What is the message for me then? This is my question for today, the specific question for all of us. Because the language of the soul, the language of the universe, speaks not only through the third eye. We always used to connect with our intuition through the higher chakras, the crown and the third eye. But our intuition, especially the feminine intuition, which works in both men and women, talks through the body, through the emotions, through the sensations, through the energy moving. So that's why I'm inviting the message to come through that realm, through that focus today. There we go. So if you choose deck number 1, then the message for you comes from the Queen of the Cups. And the Queen of the Cups invites you to connect to your feelings, to deeply connect with your feelings, to allow them to flow, to cherish them, to nourish them, not to push them away, not to avoid them, not try to control them, but find a way to become one with them. I would even say to become one with the water element within you, because the emotions, the feelings, the sensuality, it's related to the element of water, and the Queen of Cups is the ultimate element of water, the ultimate feminine. She is the protector of the deep feminine wisdom. We may call it like the Holy Grail. She's the keeper of that Holy Grail that is within us. It is our body. It is our heart. It is precisely that. What we started from today, breathing from your roots and from your sexuality into your heart, and feeling that connection of love and sexuality and sensuality, feeling the life force energy, the rootedness, the groundedness, the connection to the primordial, to the nature, and these feelings, those beautiful, unconditional, loving feelings that are not only beautiful and positive, as I just said, because what is beautiful? In my vocabulary, beautiful means authentic. Beautiful means real. The new beautiful and the new sexy is real and authentic and raw and vulnerable and strong and wild and gentle, all of it. So the Queen of Cups really asks you to step into your feminine, to give yourself time to discover that part of you, that side of you, that deeply feminine side of you. And she asks you to be uncompromised, because you know the truth through your feelings, through your body. You know your water, you flow like water. And this being uncompromised means that you don't give up the truth that you know in the present moment through your feelings. Your feelings are your source of intuition, your source of knowing, and taking care of your feelings is taking care for yourself. And in the relationships, it means being honest, staying true to yourself, because you know how to hold yourself. You are the queen. You are the queen archetype. So this is a message for you. And it doesn't matter if you are a man or woman. If you are a man, you have also the feminine side inside of you. You have also the gentle side. And for you, it is super important to be more aware of that side, because that helps you also to connect to the women in your life. If you want to understand women, to be present for them as they need you, then you need to connect to your own inner feminine. If you cannot be present with your feelings, if that's like a weird, strange alien land for you, then you cannot understand those weird creatures called women in your life, and you cannot be present for them, and you cannot show up and hold space as a masculine for the feminine in your life. So it's all connected, So and again, the other way around, the women in your life are the mirrors for you, who, whether by triggering you or making you fall in love with them, or giving you this beauty of deep feeling and emotionality, and this feminine expressiveness and flow and intuition that follows no logic but a kind of a different way. This is both something that you can take as a resource and as a mirror in your life that helps you to connect to your inner feminine, your anima, as Carl Jung calls it. So the message for you, dear one, who you chose deck number 1, very clear: connect to that, embrace your feelings, embrace your feminine, and take care of yourself. And if there is a place in your life where you compromise yourself on that, when you put it back somehow, then it's time to prioritize, because this is your source of satisfaction, and this is the source through which you fill your cup, so to say. And your cup needs to be full so you could operate in life, so you could give to others, so you could do the things that you want to do. So nurture yourself. Wow, we have a reading of Queens today. So if you chose the deck number 2, then the message for you comes from the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands, again, beautiful feminine energy, but this time fire energy. So Wands is the element of fire within us, and the Queen of Wands represents the deep feminine connection with the fire. You know, it is not the kind of fire that goes and burns everything to the ground, or that is the kind of a gunfire, like woof, hits the target. It's the feminine kind of fire. It's the kind of like a water in the fire. It's so receiving that message for you invites you to connect to the fire of your heart, to have courage, to express yourself, to show up, to take space, to speak up, to show your colorfulness. Because, my darling, you are colorful. So this queen, she's representing more like the depth, the depth, the flow, the water element, right? So this queen is also really, again, in tune with the body, coming from this feminine wisdom, but she's showing this the feminine from this from the aspect that, sometimes in Tantra we say, I use this metaphor to describe the masculine and the feminine energy. If I want to do it really shortly, then I say that the masculine is the full presence, just being present, and feminine is everything that the masculine is not. So the chaos, the energy, the creation, all that makes the world alive. Now in your life, if you receive the Queen of Cups, It invites you into your fire. Be bold, be brave, go out to the world, go and show yourself in all your different aspects. Don't be afraid to be too much, right? Or too little, or worry about whether what I say is important or wise, or how it is perceived. Trust yourself. Let your fire out. Allow your heart to express, because your emotions, they don't want to be stuck. They want to flow. Your creative energy doesn't want to be stuck. It wants to express. Your relationships, they want to be alive. So be alive. And being that fiery woman, being expressive, being bold, knowing what you want, knowing how you go about in the world, creating your life, putting your creative energy into your heart, into your heartful art, work, whatever, your relationships, all of that. It comes from the place of vulnerability, of really knowing yourself deeply, knowing your wounds, because the Queen of Wands represents this quality of compassion and love, that a woman can give, this warm love, yeah? Like fire, you know, the fire woman, she's not only, you know, coming and being like a lightning, like a Kali, you know, the goddess Kali. She's not just the goddess Kali, she's also the soft fire that is nurturing you, that is keeping your house warm, that is the fire of the home, so to say, that you go to her and it's warm and it's cozy and it's nice, like she's the home. That kind of love, that kind of compassion, that is also the fire element in the woman, and the Queen of Wands represents that. Now, that starts from within. So, if you chose that, then focus on those qualities, and appreciate the women in your life who represent these kind of qualities, and be mindful that this gentle, passionate, compassionate, unconditional love is also the same woman, is also fierce, expressive, crazy, yeah? So never want to tame a part of a woman in your life, or a woman within yourself, wanting to be only the gentle and compassionate, the Mother Mary, and put away the Kali. No, it doesn't work like that. The Queen of Wands is vulnerable, and from her vulnerability she has built up her strength. She has walked through the path of knowing her own heart, her own wounds. She has experienced pain. She has experienced the breakups, heartbreak. And having come through that, she has been resilient. And she's here, and she's shining in her power. And she's the home for you. So be that woman and embrace those women. And don't try to tame any of her, because she's an integral whole, and her wounds and her so-called imperfections are the ones that have brought her to where she is today. So embrace all of you, and embrace the versions of yourself, the past versions of yourself, and see that this is the resource. Having come through it gives you this quality of compassion and being a home for somebody, and having the boldness, the bravery to show up so fiercely, right? It doesn't come from the empty place. So this is a message for you. Embrace all of you. Embrace all of you. And in the women around you who are like that, the fiery ones, embrace them, and know that they have past, and they have history, and they know life, and they know love, and they know pain. Respect them, respect yourself in those qualities. And message number 3. Okay. Now, if you chose deck number 3 today, then the message for you comes from the 9 of Wands. Now, what the message of the 9 of Wands is that don't give up. Okay? Whatever is going on in your life, whatever it is that you have invested energy in, that you have made an effort for, maybe for a longer time, for a shorter time, maybe it's a creative project, maybe it's starting a new work project, maybe it is your relationship, or maybe it is ending of a relationship, because breakup is also a process. So whatever it is for you in your life that has required a good amount of your energy, of your heart, of your passion, that something is coming to an end. And you are right when deep down you feel that you have already done everything and the situation is draining you, and you feel that there is nothing more I can do. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm close to burning out of this, like the burning out feeling. I have put so much energy, I don't have any more. You are right, it is correct. However, don't give up. Don't go back, so to say, because there is no going back. There is only going forward. And yes, it might feel that if I go forward, like it's even more draining and even more tiring and taking even more energy of me, and I don't have it anymore. Well, you have a little bit more. So this card shows that it is time to know your strength that you didn't know before, because these kind of situations, these kind of moments, they are not there to break us. They are there to show us our own strength and to show us that we are more strong and we are more resilient than we thought. So, whatever it is in your life, there are the last efforts that need to be made. There is a little bit more to keep up with. Stay there. Stay with it. Do what is needed. You have got that strength. You have got that resilience. Even if it feels that you don't. If it feels that you don't, then it's precisely what it must be. Because in those moments when we feel that, no, I can't do it anymore, that's where we discover the strength that we didn't know that we have. So those situations are always the gift. Go into your heart. Ask what is your truth. Ask what is required of me. What more is required of me? What do I need to do? And the effort can also be another letting go. Sometimes that also, because we are talking about the passion, we are talking about fire. Sometimes it's another letting go, but it takes strength of you. So the main key word for this card is strength, and you have got that strength, my darling. You have got it all. You can do it. Yeah. Like this huge guy on that picture. And that last effort will guide you to your next step. And that next step is letting go. that next step is, then there is really nothing to do. Then it is only to put the burden down and to stop those efforts, because what was something that was feeding you, that was feeding your fire, making your heart burn, making you feel good, giving you like the fuel to go about, to invest energy into, it has become a burden. And when something is a burden, then it needs to be put down. It's very simple. You just stop carrying it. Okay? But for you, a little more effort is needed. A little more effort. And then you will find in a place where you just need to put it down. And it's done. So, thank you for being here. That is all from me today. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to see so many of you here live in Instagram. It means a lot to me. And I invite you to write me messages, either personally or comment under that video about how the messages today resonated with you. Maybe you have some ideas, what would you like to hear more, or maybe something triggered some questions. So yeah, I'm curious. Thank you, Anna. Thank you too. So yeah, I'm curious how it lands on the other end of the screen, how your souls and the universe speaks through me and through those tarot cards for you if you make your choice. And yeah, my private sessions are available. For booking a private session, please send me a message. For requiring a tarot channeling, please send me a message. And the workshops, the course on tarot, where I will also be giving out certificates, will be coming out soon. I'm not saying an exact time. It's not going to happen this month, but it's coming out soon. So stay tuned, stay with me, and you will have the information when that is there. Yeah. And meanwhile, besides private sessions and tarot channelings, I also offer group sessions and workshops on demand, or for your private group. It can be like in entertainment style, it can be more serious, learning about tarot, it can be constellations through the tarot archetypes. So there are many ways. This week I gave a really beautiful reading to a couple who is spending their honeymoon here and it was incredible. So if you want to offer this kind of magic for yourself when in Bali, feel free to contact me, and I'm here to serve you. Yeah. All right. I love you. Be blessed, and sending sunshine and a little bit rain from Bali. See you next week, if not sooner. And the replay of the whole reading will be available on YouTube soon afterwards, and also somewhere on this Instagram wall, or how do you call it, my Instagram page. you will find the replay. So if you didn't hear the whole reading and you didn't get to choose your deck, then no worries. I end this live video now, and then the replay will be available. So Tune in. Mwah.